Hi, it's Maggie, and I am here with Liz. Liz, let's just get started. What was happening in your life when you decided to seek psychotherapy?
I had just moved in with my long term boyfriend at the time. So I had been living by myself for a few years and dating him for almost the exact same amount of time. And he moved into my apartment. And it was a kind of a moment where all of these things that I had been doing and the way I had been living my life sort of were now being seen through somebody else's eyes. And I could see him seeing the things that I did. Um, Obviously, we've been dating for a long time, so he knew that I am a uh, quirky person. So nothing was a surprise to him. But that was, looking back, I think that was kind of the moment where it was something that I had been thinking about for a long time, and it kind of became clear that it was something that I had to do. Although it had been something I think that I had been avoiding for years as well. And yeah, so I had thought about it, and having also worked in health communications, it's something that I had put into advice that I put out into the world to other people all the time, and it was advice that I just like kept not choosing to take for myself until I had somebody else in my space kind of seeing uh, what my life was like, and seeing it through his eyes too. Kind of hit kind of crisis moment, I think.
Yeah, so there's a number of things that I want to follow up there. First, it's common that in a transition, patterns that have been uh, creating and maintaining and even building stress and anxiety can suddenly kind of tip over the edge and take you to a breaking point. So whether that's, going to college, getting a new job, moving somewhere, moving in with someone, getting married, getting into a new relationship, all
Mm-hmm.
those types of things, those transitions are oftentimes that people seek psychotherapy. So that completely makes sense. Are you willing to be more specific when you're saying you're a little bit quirky? Are you willing to be more specific about what he saw as soon as he moved in with you?
Yeah, so we've been dating for a while, like I said, um, and we had like a real routine down for years and years, where he lived in the city, I live in the suburbs, and I work close to where he used to live, and so I would go over to his place 1 or 2 nights a week. He couldn't come to my place during the week because of where he worked, and then he would come to my place on the weekends, so from like Friday to Saturday nights, and then he would leave at 11 a.m. on Sunday. And I think even the fact that that was like such a routine for really long was like very comforting for me. I
Right.
knew where I had to be when. But then it would be Sunday afternoon, and it would I just would lose every Sunday afternoon to like a OCD episode is what I now know what it was. I'm sure we will talk about this
Yeah.
in it coming up, but it was like I would have spent the day and a half spending time with him, and then I would have all my like things to do to get ready for the week, for Monday in that Sunday afternoon, and would have like crisis moment after crisis moment about laundry is a recurring theme for
Yes.
me. And so when he moved in, that whole routine was like completely upended, and um, I ended up kind of feeling stuck like I would those Sunday afternoons for a lot more of my time. So yeah, he knew that I was quirky, and that like he had seen me be unable to leave the house because I would be spiraling about laundry, and he we would have to change plans because of that. He also it took me I can't even remember how long now, but I didn't even tell my family about him for 2 or 3 years. They still don't know how long we've been dating for. I will never tell them
How
how long
come?
we've been dating for. I am a pretty, looking back at it now, I'm a pretty private person. Um, and I'm fine with that. That's just part of who I am. But it was something that I felt uncomfortable telling them about it, and then I avoided it for so long that it turned into this huge, huge internal issue that was a non-issue to everybody else as soon as my hand was forced.
Yeah, so great to hear it. That's something that you felt shame about potentially, but then as soon as you talked about it and everyone responded with normalization and validation, you no longer felt badly about it.
Yeah. I felt a lot of shame about it and a lot of guilt, and I still do. And every now and then my mom will say something like, wait, remind me, how long is it that you've been dating? um Playing it cool. But I don't know, probably that's something that I should address. And she knows that it was a long time, but I have never come clean about how long of a time it was that we were together. Not just like him not meeting them knowing about him.
Yes, interesting. Okay.